Miss Jato. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Oh, your voice is breaking.
Sorry, the signal is not that good.
Oh, it's okay though. So, how was your Friday?
Uh, so far, so far is good, I think.
So far, is good.
Yes.
Mm,
How are you, Mr. T?
I'm fine. Well, the World Cup has taken a toll on me, so
Ah,
lack of
you're
sleep.
a football. You're a football addict.
Yeah, a bit, but really, I just cannot miss the World Cup. So, um, I feel like I'm lacking sleep at the moment.
Ah, yes, yes, I see.
Anyway,
How,
so
yeah, so sorry.
it's okay. Go on. Go ahead.
Since when do you like football?
Oh, ever since I was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
school.
No, no. It's because my father and I have three brothers. I don't have any sister.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
my father and my brothers always watched football together. So eventually I watch along with them and it happened over
Oh, that's
time.
nice. Well, that's cool.
How about you? Are you a fan of football too?
I like to watch sports. Like just like to watch, but not play sports.
Oh, the
Not
same
sing
as
of them.
Jatur. As if I played any sports. Oh, Miss Hughes is here. Hi, Miss Hughes. Good afternoon. Welcome to the class. Miss Hughes, can you hear us? Oh,
Yes, be
are you okay? You sounded a little bit down.
is
Miss Hughes, are you fine?
find me.
Your voice is breaking. I'm so sorry. Hi, Miss Annie. I'm so sorry. I was talking to Miss Hughes earlier. Welcome to the class. Good afternoon. Still feeling excited to face the students? No more students.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, I heard from Miss Chacha that there is the campus is having like a study banding. Is that so? Or is it just her? I am not sure.
Just her money.
Ah, I see. Got it. Okay. So Mr. Johan is also here. I'm going to check. Hello, Mr. Johan. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Hello, Miss. Good afternoon.
Mm. So,
How are you?
pardon?
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Miss Jatur and I talked about why I'm feeling fine and why not. Anyway, how about you, Mr. Johan? Are you feeling okay?
I'm doing great, Miss.
You're doing well. You're doing. I wish I could say that. Miss Rani is here. Hi, Miss Rani. Good afternoon. Welcome to the class. Oh, she's not on yet. Okay. So today we are going to go to our grammar part for the lesson, which is in the focus. Miss Fadlin is here. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me wait for Miss Fadlin. Miss Amel to come. Hello, Miss Amel. Good afternoon. Welcome to the class.
Afternoon.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about the grammar part of our lesson, which is the language focus. It's a combination of simple, not combination, being able to differentiate the simple past and present perfect tenses. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw something for you. So if we take a look at the timeline, okay, this is how we actually differentiate between simple past and present perfect tense. Now in English, we usually have three timeline, which is, okay, oh, sorry. So we are here at the moment, the now moment, okay? And this part is the past. And this part is the future. Okay, future. Okay, so can somebody give me an example of a past tense sentence? A sentence using a past tense?
It.
Go, Miss Rani. Miss Rani, just turn on.
I ate because
Miss Rani, your voice is breaking at my end. I'm so sorry. Could you please repeat it? I
was eat. I was at eating mas gimana sih, Miss? Ya nggak lampau ate loh, gimana cara ya? Maaf.
Okay. So
Maksudnya
this,
the past is ate, now is eat, the future is eating. I
mm,
mean the verb.
not really. That's not quite right. Okay, so
Okay,
when you
sorry, Miss.
say, it's okay, Miss Rani. I like it that you actually tried. I was
Thank you.
eating is still in the past.
Oh,
I was eating in the past. However, it's not the past that we are aiming for. This is past continuous. Okay. What we're aiming today is the simple past. So if it's the simple past, how do you say the sentence? Past simple. Okay. Past simple. There you go.
I ate.
It.
Got it. That's the verb that we need. I ate blah blah blah. There. I ate. I'm just going to use cookies. I ate cookies. Now these are simple past, past simple, and past continuous. I was eating cookies. But we are aiming for the bottom one. I ate cookies. When you talk about past simple, it happened in a very specific time in the past. For example, here. So usually the time signal is very specific. I ate cookies this morning. I ate cookies 2 hours ago. Or I ate cookies yesterday. Okay, very specific. However, when you talked about present perfect, contrary to the name, the present perfect is actually talking about an action in the past too. English is confusing, so sorry. Okay, so present perfect sounds like present. However, it actually talks about an action in the past. Okay, so for example, you ate cookies yesterday. Okay, but then again, you're not sure of the time. Basically, ya udah makan lah kuenya itu, tapi nggak tahu tuh jam berapa, udah lupa. So you use present perfect instead of past simple to talk about it. We use I have eaten cookies. So this is the present perfect part of the sentence. Now, when you talk about this, it means that from somewhere in the past up until now, you have eaten the cookies. Okay? Nggak jelas kapan makannya, but udah makan pokoknya. So it is here. You're talking about it now, but the action is actually happening in the past, although you are not sure when. Okay, so I have eaten cookies. If you take a look at the format, we use, this one is using verb to, and this one is using have or has plus verb 3. So I have eaten cookies. Okay, so let's try and say something. Oh, I forgot, so sorry. For present perfect, usually the time signal is using for or since, because you're not sure about the exact time. So for or since. Now let's check if you know the time for real or if you don't know the time for real. So when did you join UISI? When did you apply to UISI? Anybody? Do you still remember the exact time? Probably the year. If you don't remember the year, you can just use present perfect then. Anyone? Jing Jing, nobody remembers for real. Okay.
I remember, Miss.
Oh,
But
you remember?
mm,
Go on, Miss Annie.
it must be sentence or just I tell the
The
year
year is fine.
2019.
2009?
19.
Oh, 19. Oh, so I thought 2009. So, okay. So you can say it with past simple then, because you remember exactly the time. I joined UISI
Join UISI at 2019.
in 2019.
Oh, sorry.
If it's year, we say it in 2019. There you go. In 2019. Because Miss Honey remember exactly the time and the month, she can use the past simple. I joined UISI in 2019. If she doesn't remember it quite well, she can always use this. I have worked here, for example. I have worked here for 2 years, for 3, no, for 3 years. Say, there you go. That's the difference between using past simple and present perfect. Anyone else would like to give me an example?
Miss, I want to ask.
Go on, Mr. Johan.
We use present perfect and we use for or since. Can we use the year
Yes.
like in 2 years, or we can say it in 19 or 2019 like that?
This is the deal. When you use for, you use the length of time. So for is for the length of time. So for example, 2 years, 3 years, something like that, the length of time. However, when you use since, you use the time itself. I have
Okay.
joined UISI since 2019. There you go. Since 2019. Although you are not sure 2019 which part or what year, what month or what the exact date, but you do remember it was 2019, I think. There you go. Go on. Mr. Johan, would you like to give an example?
I have joined UISI for 3 years.
3 years. There you go. I have joined UISI for 3 years. There you go. The common thing that we use present perfect is when we talked about experience. For example, usually in Indonesian we say like, oh iya udah pernah kok ke Bali. I have been to Bali. Although you are not sure when, you forget. So I've been to Bali. But then if you want to talk more about your experience, then we use simple past. When I was in Bali, see, you want to talk more about the experience, we switch to simple past or past simple. When I was in Bali, I stayed at my family's home. So there you go. I have, and this one is past simple. Past simple is just as the name, the simple one. You just need to use verb to. Then present perfect would be have or has plus verb 3. Okay. So far, do you have any questions about the time of past simple and present perfect?
Miss, I wanna. So if we want to tell about our experience, so we have to use passive, not present perfect.
We use present perfect when we talk about experience.
Oh,
So for example, Mr. John, what have you done before you joined UISI?
I've been physics tutor for 2 years.
There you go. I've been blah, blah, blah for 2 years. So usually we talked about this one. When we start talking about experience, and then when you want to talk more about your experience, you use past simple. Mr. Johan, where did you, see, switch to past simple. Where did you become a tutor?
When I was in Malang.
There you go. See, the beginning,
Okay, Miss.
start with present perfect, and then we switch to past simple.
Okay, Miss.
Miss Hanifa is here, I think. Ah, yeah, she is. Hello, Miss Hanifa. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, Miss Tati. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. I see that you are not in the usual common room, communal room. What happened? Why are you?
I have an allergic effect, so my feet are swollen and
Oh,
stirring. Disgusting.
well, I hope, yeah, I hope it doesn't bother your weekend then.
Bothers me this week.
Oh, okay, now let's switch to our student book then to see the explanation in words. You already saw the explanation with graphics. Okay, there you go. The simple past is used to talk about finished events. So it's finished. The simple past has definite time markers, such as ago, last week, this month. I was a tutor in Malang in 2017, for example. Specific. But then when you talk about the present perfect, it started in the past, but are still going on now. When I say still going on now, it means that it's the experience itself is still going. Udah makan, udah. Dari waktunya makan sampai sekarang sudah makan. Tapi bukan berarti harus makan terus. So from that time on, you have finished eating, but the experience is still going. Okay, that's what we talk about are still going. The events happen in indefinite past time. We don't know for real. That's why we use since or for. Sometimes we don't even use time signals. We just use something like this. The company has distributed new brochures. Okay. Now, to check your understanding of the difference between simple past and present perfect, let's go to Kahoot for a while. Okay, I have 8 situations, and each situation demands a past simple or a present perfect. So who's Kathy? Wait, I'm confused. Who is
It's
Kathy?
me.
Ah,
Catur.
oh, Miss Catur.
Sorry. Used to that name.
Ah, I see. Okay, we still have 2 more people join. Oh, you can actually change the. I've never been in the other side of the game. I've never been a player, so you can actually change this one. Who's not here at the moment? Miss Honeypot. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's start then. Remember, you need to check the time signal, whether it's indefinite or definite. Oh, nice one. What made you think it is a present perfect?
Since
Because
nineteen
still
ninety.
Since
actually
1990, got it.
1990.
It is indefinite because there's a since there. Oh, Miss Catur is the fastest one. There you go. Got it. Why didn't we use for?
For is for duration.
Thank you, Miss Catur. Well done. So because this one is the year, we use since then. Oh, Miss Catur is still the fastest one. Sat. Oh no. Okay, so we have several answers here. Okay, so why is it that we don't use have lived? First thing first.
Because the subject is she.
She.
Thank you, Miss Honey. The subject is she, so have is only for Dewi Ayu. So she has. Why not the green one then? Why is it not past simple?
The since is perfect.
Got it. Because the time signal is since. So that's why I said pay attention to the time signal. That's why we chose has lived. Still. There you go. 6 people answered with true. What made you choose that? What made you choose that, sorry?
Feeling, Miss.
It's always like this. The same thing with TOEFL preparation classes. They always say, feeling, miss. Okay.
Intuition.
Intuition. Okay. Now, the thing is, I've seen Julie 3 times this week. It's not quite specific whether this week has finished or not. So, when you say this week, it can be the day is still in this week. For example, this is Friday, it's still the same week. Okay, so we say, I have seen Julie 3 times this week. There you go. We use the present perfect instead of simple past. A question, if it were a simple past tense, what time signal can we use?
Yesterday, ago.
Yesterday. Mhm. Last week is also available, so you can also use last week if it already passed. Oh, this should be easy peasy. There you go. Just as I've mentioned before this one, when you talk about the specific last week, it means that you need to use simple past or past simple. No have, no has, just finished. We finished this room last week. Okay. Miss Chatur is steady at the top. Nice one. There's no time signal. Oh no! Only one person got this correctly. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the deal. When something like this happen, we need to remember, I blah 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 my keys. Has the person found the key? Is the key with him already?
No, it's still lost.
It's still gone. It's still lost. So from the past, when he lost the key, up until now, he still hasn't got the key. The key is still missing. That's why we use the present perfect tense instead of the past tense. I've lost my keys. Okay. Because the next part is, can you help me look for them? So we know that the keys are still missing. If it is like this, I blah 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 my keys, they are with me now. Now when they are with me now, it means that the keys got lost in the past. So you can just say, I lost my keys. However, this one is, can you help me look for them? So the keys are still missing. It's still ongoing from the past up until now. They are still missing. Okay.
Tolong bilangin ke Riko formnya belum ya? Form peminjaman.
Only
Yang
Miss Chatur
setting
got
time.
it right.
Setting time.
Okay. Okay, there you go. 2 people said have lost because you imagine this would be like the previous one. However, check this one out. last night, there's a very specific time signal. Last night, I blah, 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 my keys. I had to call my flatmate to let me in. Okay, so he didn't specify whether he had found the keys or not. However, the time signal specified it last night. So when there's a specific time signal like this, you have to use past simple. Last night, I lost my keys. There you go. Oh, two people said it's false. Okay, check this one out. Again, there's unidentified time signal for 5 years. Okay, so remember, for or since is the time signal we used for present perfect. And this one is a present perfect tense. They have studied English for 5 years. So it is true indeed. It's talking about the experience in the past that started in the past and it's still going until now. Ding, ding. Miss Chatur. There you go. Congratulations, Miss Honey, Miss Chatur, Miss Fatbe, Miss Amel. Okay. For taking this game in your stride. Nice one. Okay. There you go. Now, let's try and talk about the last session with Mr. Yasri. I suppose you already made the graphic about students' admission in UISI. Do you still have the graphic with you? Can anybody show me the graphic? Wait, one person is missing. Miss Chatter, Miss Yus, Mr. Johan, Sandra.
Serani.
Oh yeah, Miss Rani. Where is she? Connection got cut probably. Anybody? Do you still have the graphic from the previous session? Oh. Hang on a second. I think.
I think Rani is in our group. Miss.
Okay, hang on.
The graph.
One of you send it to the group. Yep. Hang
Yeah,
on.
Miss.
Let me.
Rani.
It's still trying to open my WhatsApp. Okay, I just read Miss Hanifa. Okay. This one is the numbers, and then we have the graphic here. Now, if you need to use the present perfect for this graphic, where can you use it and what can you use it for? Okay, the challenge is to try to explain this graphic using a present perfect.
I want to try.
Go on, Mr. Johan.
Can we use since in front of the, what is it? In, not in the last of sentence.
Sure, no problem. Since
Oh.
blah, 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 blah.
For 5 years, the number of at C have been fluctuated.
The number.
Student at C have been fluctuated.
Thank you. There you go. Oh, by the way, you can actually use the numbers because there are more than one numbers. So the numbers have been fluctuated. Thank you, Mr. Johan. There. That's a good example of using present perfect to explain graphic. You want to talk about all the graphic from, sorry, all the numbers from 2018 until now. So that's why we use have been fluctuated. The numbers have been fluctuated. Okay. In this part, Ms. Rani only used past simple, increased, then found, decreased, increased again. Because Ms. Rani actually talked about the numbers one by one. Anything else that you can make using present perfect from this graphic besides fluctuated?
Miss, let me try.
Okay, Ms. Amel.
The numbers of students at UISI has been increased 3 years.
Have been, pardon, decreased?
Have been decreased for 3 years.
Oh, but then you are talking in the now. We are in the now, 2022. So when you say have been decreased, it means that it's still going down until now.
Um,
Have decreased.
been decreased for the last 3 years.
We cannot say that too.
No.
Remember, when we talk about present perfect, it must include the now.
Hello. Can
Oh,
I
okay.
try?
Go on, Ms. Chatur.
The number of students at UISI have have reached its peak since 2018.
Yeah, there you go. Because this is the highest year so far, sorry, the highest number so far, 2022. So that's why we can say the number of students. When you use the number, you use has. The number of students has reached the highest peak. There you go. Has reached the highest peak. Thank you, Miss Chatur. Well done. Oh, by the way, this is the problem. I suppose Mr. Yasri also had this problem too last session. Our premium Zoom is suddenly off. So we need to use our own personal Zoom. I use my own personal Zoom. Please click the link again because I have less than 1 minute at the moment. So please click the link again and we will continue this session. Okay.